Hey guys, you're here with Goran from Pick Dawgz, and we are here to talk about some of the European football after the World Cup. And I know, guys, that we barely just finished the World Cup. We had an outstanding finals with Argentina winning the trophy, but there's really not a lot of time for teams to rest just because this World Cup was in the winter and it's not gonna be long. Only a few days from now, we're gonna get some of the top European football leagues back, such as EPL, Serie A, La Liga, and so on, so on. But we are kicking it off with this EFL Cup competition or the Carabao Cup competition from England. We got four matchups on Tuesday, a few more on Wednesday, and I believe we have a big matchup between Manchester City and Liverpool on Thursday. But let's kick it off, guys, with this first matchup that's going on Tuesday. That's MK Dons versus Leicester City. I mean, we can see by the odds that Leicester City is a pretty big favorite in this game, minus 305. MK Dons at plus 850. And honestly, I mean, this is the type of a competition where the teams from the lower leagues have been known to surprise the top leagues teams, and I mean, we can't really say that it's not gonna happen here, but I think it's gonna be very hard thing to do for MK Dons. MK Dons is a team from the English League One, which is basically a third tier of the English competition, and they haven't had a pretty successful season so far. They are all the way down in the relegation zone in the 22nd place with only 18 points from 21 games. That's not a lot of points, honestly. They're barely averaging a goal per game scored, while their defense is conceding goal and a half per game. So this is going to be a very hard game for them. As far as Leicester goes, you know what? Just before the World Cup, they kind of went on a nice winning streak. They played well. They had 5 wins in their last 6 games, and it just seemed like they are finally waking up. But then the World Cup arrived, and they had to take a break. So Leicester hasn't played a game since back then, and that was what, November 12th, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, quality is on Leicester's side here in this matchup. Everything is on Leicester's side. I think they don't have any notable injuries right now, and they had a few players playing for their national teams at the World Cup, but not a lot. So we are getting Leicester at minus 305 on the road. Definitely game worth taking a look at here, but to be honest, for us to get some value, we gotta take a bit of a risk here. And I found a nice pick, which is an Asian handicap in the first half. I'm taking Leicester City minus 0.5 in the first half. It's minus 134 right now, and I think Leicester will try to come out flying into this game just to kind of get it over with as soon as possible, because EPL is just a few days away from Tuesday. So Leicester City first half minus 0.5 Asian handicap for me at minus 134. The second game, guys, that we have is Newcastle versus Birmingham City. We have two EPL teams facing off in this EFL round 4 matchup. Newcastle has been absolutely brilliant so far this season, I gotta say, guys. They have been one of the most consistent EPL teams. Conceded only 11 goals in 15 games, which is one of the best defensive performances that they had in the last, I don't know, 20 years probably, or so, even more, I would say. And only Arsenal is actually as good as them so far this season. When it comes to scoring goals, they're averaging almost 2 scored goals per game in the EPL, and like I said, they are in very high third place right now. I just hope they can keep playing this well, because they are an outstanding team. They have invested some of the money in the players. They bought some players that actually fit in their system, not just spending, I don't know, 20, 30, 40, 50 million euros on some players just to get a certain player. They actually were smart about it, and that's what I liked a lot about this team. As far as Burnham goes, their defense has been pretty much garbage so far in the EPL. Their offense just over one scored goal per game so far, and they are in 14th place right now, which is above the relegation zone, yes, but there are still a lot of games left to be played in EPL, and they will have to focus and just improve their defense. Even if it's a little bit, it's going to help them to stay in the EPL for another season. As far as this matchup goes, guys, you know what? We've seen both teams to score hitting quite a lot in this matchup, even over 2.5 goals as well, which hit in 5 of their last 6 matchups, while both teams to score hit in 6 of their last 6 games. And seeing how this is the EFL Cup and neither team has played a game in a while, I expect a bit of a mixed lineups here, and that could be the opportunity for either side to get on the scoreboard, which is why I'm taking both teams to score in this game, guys. It's minus 121. I really love this pick, and I'm pretty sure that Burnham will try to do everything they can to get a win here. They will try to go as far as possible in this competition. And as a third pick, guys, we have this Southampton versus Lincoln City matchup in the EFL. Of course, Lincoln City is the team from League 2, if I'm not mistaken, and actually it's League 1 as well. And I mean, they were kind of all over the place so far this season, but so have been Southampton. Southampton has been, I don't know, they are beyond the disaster this season. Nothing is working out for them. No offense, no defense, and that's all despite having a very, very good roster of players capable of playing a lot better than they are. And they actually changed the coach just before the World Cup. Nathan Jones is the new coach, and he hasn't done much in his first game as the head coach. They lost to Liverpool 3-1, but I don't know, maybe he just needs a little bit more time. As far as Lincoln City goes, guys, I mean, I really can't say a lot about this team, to be honest. They are in the middle of the table in League 1. Solid defensively, solid offensively as well. League 1 is a very competitive league. There's a lot of teams playing there, and it's going to be hard for them to qualify for the championship. But I think that as long as they stay above the relegation zone, I think they will be happy. As far as this EFL Cup goes, like I said at the beginning of this video, guys, there have been a lot of surprises in a competition like this where teams from lower leagues tend to knock out some of the big ones from the EPL. I'm not saying it's going to happen here, but I also can't say it's not going to happen here. We can see that Southampton is a massive favorite here, and I think they will justify that as well. I'm taking Southampton halftime, full-time. So it's minus 137, which basically means, guys, that Southampton has to be ahead at halftime, and they have to win this game within 90 minutes. And that way our pick will be winner. I think Southampton has to do everything they can to snap out of that bad form they are in. They got to get back on track, and only that way they're going to save their season. Otherwise, they are going to have a very hard time staying in the league. Because EPL is very competitive this season, and Southampton is in 19th place, which is only one place above the bottom. So they have to do everything they can to get a win here. And as a final game of Tuesday EFL slate, guys, we have Wolverhampton versus Gillingham. Gillingham is the team from League 2. That's basically the 4th tier of the English football, and you know what? They have also been all over the place. They are not doing that well. They are at the bottom of the table with only 6 scored goals in 20 games. The weakest team in that league. And even though their defense hasn't been that bad, let's be honest, only 24 conceded goals in 20 games for a team that's at the bottom of the table. That's not bad at all. But the fact that they have scored only 6 goals in 20 games says a lot about their offense. Wolverhampton, on the other hand, they haven't been much better as far as the EPL goes, to be honest. They are also at the bottom of the table, offensively as bad as Gillingham has. But when we compare the quality of the team they have, I think that Wolves will get a win here. We can see that they are minus 835 favorites, and that's a big line. it's gonna be very hard for me, guys, to find some value here. That's a game that I personally probably will not be betting, but Wolverhampton has signed a few players. They have made a coaching change, and they still have time to get above the relegation zone. They still have time to salvage their season, but they gotta start winning games. They have played a few friendly games. They are in, I'm gonna say, decent form right now, but that doesn't say much. So Wolverhampton here, like I said, it's gonna be hard for us to find some value, guys. But I think I will go with, if I will be betting this game, I will go with Wolverhampton to win 2-0. Minus 188. I think it's a good pick to kind of double it with something else. Maybe some other pick from the EFL on Tuesday as well. But personally, I think this is the worst game of the EFL slate on Tuesday. And even though they're playing against the team that's playing like 3 leagues below them, I just don't have faith in Wolves up until they start playing better, up until they get a few wins. They kind of string together a few positive results. Only then will I be able to trust Wolverhampton again. But until then, I think I'm going to fade them. Like I said, if you really want to pick from this game, I'm taking Wolves to win 2-0, minus 188. But personally, I'm probably staying away from it. Well, that's it, guys. These were your free picks for the EFL competition, EFL Cup or the Carabao Cup in England on Tuesday, December 20th. Thank you for joining me here. Stay tuned for more free videos coming up to the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel. There might be a few parlay videos as well, so stay tuned for that. We are working out a slot for the live shows as well. Like I said, guys, soon we are getting all the top leagues back in Europe, and I think we're gonna have some fun together, guys. So make sure you check out the rest of the free picks, subscribe, hit that like button, guys, and we'll see you soon with more free winners.